Hey, how you doing? So there are a ton of good videos and tutorials and makeables, etc. about a Lathe Steady. And I wanted to show you my spin on the Steady because I spent a lot of time on it, a lot of thought process, a lot of thinking about why and how I would make this one and whose ideas I could steal from. So certainly Google around, look around for all of the possibilities. There's a bunch of really nice ones. Mine is mine. So I didn't like the design. I don't like the design where the big piece sticks out around the sides. I wanted it to be a little more compact because my luck, this piece of wood here, I would go to work my way around the lathe, knock it and break it, or break the piece off, or knock it off while it was spinning. It could be terrible. So my very first thought was, how do I keep it more compact? So compact was an important part of the design. The second part was most of your energy with the tool is at spindle height or a little above and on the side, front side to the front of the piece. So if I was working on the inside of a bowl and using this as a bowl steady, I really wanted the wheel to be sort of mostly on the center line-ish. And if I'm using it as a spindle steady, I'm pushing that way, I really want most of the pressure to be the opposite way. Well, this can just spin 180 degrees, and then this wheel comes in from this side. So I thought having the wheel where it was mostly in the center line-ish was smart. Then the other two, just having the other two out of the way, they happen to be surprisingly 120 degrees apart. And then I did my typical 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't sleep very well, let's think about something. And this was the idea. So instead of having those big rods and cut one line that goes to the part, this pivots. So there are a couple other ones like this out there in the real world. Mine pivots down here. All I have to do is take the nut loose, pivot it in. This pivot location is because it's halfway between the spindle, center line, and here, so that you have the smallest arc to get to the center line. That just seemed, again, logical to me. I don't know if it's great or smart or anything even brilliant, but logic tends to trump anything in my opinion. So it adjusts really easy. The wheels were right off Amazon. They're 2-inch wheels, and they're for oh, it's one of those stories, right? So it makes no sense. I wanted to buy skate wheels. You can buy a set of skate wheels for however much it is, and then I wanted the smaller size because I wanted to be able to max out the steady at 12 inches. So this is 14-inch diameter max lathe, so I knew I had a little bit of space, at least an inch or so. Knew I needed a little space here for some meat, so I went with a smaller wheel. So these wheels are for a office chair, and they come with the whole caster assembly, and cutting the caster assembly off and buying 5 wheels was cheaper than buying 5 wheels. Makes all the sense in the world, right? So I cut off the wheels. It's a 5/16 bolt, so I went with 5/16 bolts, 5/16 nuts, 5/16 everywhere, because that way when I went to Home Depot I just bought 5/16. It seems to work grand. So there's the Steady. It's pretty straightforward. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's a tool. The things that come off of it that I make with it will be pretty. It comes off simply. 2 nuts. I made 2 pieces of wood, cut 2 pieces of wood for the bottom. The first time I did this, I made it with 1 piece of wood, and the piece of wood flexed, and it was a problem because it didn't stay on there very well. So 2 pieces of Baltic birch ply. They're cut like this so that when I put it in, I can spin it, and it misses even the stiffening bars that are underneath the lathe bed. Seems to work pretty great. So it can just drop back in. This is obviously the opposite way. Turn the pieces, tighten them up, and It's as steady as I think I'll ever need it to be. Yeah. Let me know if you want more information. And good luck.